You look like the kind of guy who likes to get things for free. Would you say I'm correct in my observation?
What are you offering me?
Never you mind. I want to know if you're the kind of guy who enjoys a freebie before I start offering you stuff. You might say, actually, no, I always prefer to pay for stuff. In which case, I'll sell you something. So, do you like a freebie?
I always look gift horses in the mouth.
I see. If you were to be the kind of guy who likes a freebie, did you know you could get a free mini episode of We're From the Internet every week just by signing up for our newsletter at we'refromtheinternet.com/bonus? And we'll just email it to you every Saturday morning. 10 minutes.
Can't I get 100 of them off iTunes?
Yeah, but these are different ones that you can't get anywhere else.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. Hot off the press every week.
But then...
Fresh from my vocal cords to your ears.
Your phone number's all over the internet. You could just ring you instead.
I'd prefer it if you didn't. You shouldn't ring me.
Do I have to give you my address? Normally when people ask to...
Your email address, yeah.
Right, my email address.
Because if you follow along with
Not my house address.
No, if you remember the mechanism I explained to you moments ago, we will email you the free episode.
Do I get more if I give you my home address too?
We can, if you provide a home address, we'll send all of the data in an envelope once a year. Just the data, not on any kind of device. There must be a way to do that.
Yeah, scratch zeros and ones.
Yeah, I'll just plug an envelope into. And don't say envelope.
I don't know what I said. It was different.
We'll plug an envelope into the USB drive of the computer once a year and just pour the episodes in that way. That'll work probably.
Pretty sure it would.
So that's we'refromtheinternet.com/bonus for an extra 10 minutes a week of gold like this. Kev.
I'm Steve.
And we're from the internet.
Yeah.
Don't let that be the way we do the intro from now on, because that will trouble me. I'll have to sit and edit out all these we are's. That was awful. It was cheese.
It was meant to be cheesy.
It was horrific. I don't like it. Why did you do it? Talk me through the thought process.
I was just into it. It's been a while since we've done an episode, and I went with it. I'm just going with where my mood takes me.
I didn't care for it. Why are you in a whimsical mood? I don't approve of whimsy either.
I've got more energy, I think, is the main thing. That old dieting thing we did last week, I got off the end of the show, went and won a crate of beer at work and drank most of it.
So you're drunk?
Went to a beer festival.
As usual, you're drunk.
And I drank a lot there. And then Sunday I thought, oh my God, I was meant to be going on a diet. So from Sunday onwards I've been clean as a whistle.
We're supposed to be pretending that we recorded this episode on Monday as usual, and it's just technical difficulties that have resulted in it not being released till Thursday. You've let the cat out of the bag there, unless you're claiming that whatever miraculous diet you're on has made you feel better in less than 24 hours.
No, so 4 days of that, and I feel amazing. I'm just looking forward to the leaps and bounds I'll come on next week.
Interesting. Well, we're going to do the weigh-in in about 45 minutes.
I imagine that'll be very little difference.
I really want a glass of water, but I'm conscious of the fact that I won't be able to wee it out in time. So I'm going to do this episode dry and then have a long drink afterwards.
It occurred to me on the way home that when we were weighing in, I took all my wallet and everything out of my pocket, thinking shed a few pounds before I stand on. Whereas I'm pretty sure you left the room to load up on weights because you reckon you've lost, £11 or something? Or you were at that point at one point this week. It might have balanced out. Whereas I should have had everything on me and then I'd have lost more weight. It'd have been more spectacular. But I'm going to have to take them out of my pocket again so I don't lose any of the differences between this week and last week.
I have got our weights from last week recorded on my phone, which is over there, so we'll double check that there's no shenanigans. It's hard for me. I couldn't remember.
Is that why you kept banding around numbers like a whole stone?
Yeah.
To tell that you're actually wrong?
I'm not so sure. I don't want to. No spoilers. Yeah.
I almost cut off my leg when you told me that.
I told you to cut off your arm.
Yeah, but I wanted to get ahead of you.
Perhaps you could have had a haircut. I tell you what, have a haircut. That'll
you wait. Now that's going to happen just as we reach the finish line. All this. I'm
going to have a shave and.
Do you know how long it took me? I mean, my hair's messy at the moment, isn't it?
Around the sides, it's messy. Obviously, there's none on top.
Reasonably messy. I spent 15 minutes, well, maybe 10 minutes brushing it earlier because of how messy it was. Not because I really wanted to look tidy for the show.
Are you a pony?
No, I just...
Were you getting ready to be entered into some kind of show?
I walked past a mirror and thought, God, what a mess. And so I started brushing my hair.
You've only got 5 or 6 strands of hair. How can it take that long to brush?
They just don't stay anyway.
Well, after you brushed it the first couple of times, you thought, hang on, this is just bouncing back up like a spring. Why didn't you stop brushing it? Why did you keep going for 10 minutes?
Well, it wasn't really 10 minutes. It was a long time for me. I spent more than 10 seconds on it. I need to go somewhere and have it styled at some point.
What you need to do is follow the Chapman method, and unless you live an extraordinary amount of time, you'll never be able to claim the claim that I can make. But I've not brushed my hair this century. And that's something I'm incredibly proud of.
I only brushed it because using my hands didn't work, and you use your hands a lot.
I do use my hands, and I've had my hair cut like this for 18 years now, and this haircut does not require the use of a brush.
It requires the use of a lot of wax and gel. I saw you the other day when you hadn't done anything with it.
It was fluffy,
like
wasn't
a fluffy little mushroom.
But did you notice how it wasn't flat to my head like a normal person's hair? It was just stuck out at weird angles. That's what my hair does.
It just looked like a ball of fluff.
Yeah,
like having a microphone.
Exactly. I'd got out the shower before I saw you, and yeah, it doesn't ever sit flat to my head the way normal person's hair does.
You know how people are very often want to tell me I look like people.
Peter Griffin, Baby off of Dinosaur,
exactly.
Homer Simpson, any fat guy ever.
Yeah, someone said to me the other day, I have seen your doppelganger, and I thought, oh, here we go. You know, what's it going to be now? You know, Fred Flintstone again.
I imagine.
Yeah. So I waited, really unimpressed, thinking, nah, it's going to be nonsense. And then my colleague brings up this fella from American football. He's the ball boy. He's just signed a big contract with some football team over there, American football team.
Peterborough United.
He's quite famous for sprinting down the side of the pitch and being the ball boy in general and whatnot. And I actually thought for the first time, this fella does look like me with messy hair and slightly more ginger. But I was just like, Jesus Christ, this is probably the first time somebody's told me I look like somebody, and they've been right.
I'm Googling it, and that one's a girl.
Yeah, I can't.
These are all women. When you Google American football ball boy, you just get lots of pictures of women in bikinis.
I don't know what this means.
You look a bit like that guy.
That guy's... He's not white, Kevin.
That guy
is him. The guy who looks like me.
He's just a stereotypical Irish man. He's just ginger.
It's me with ginger hair, basically.
The only way that looks anything like you is that he also can't grow a moustache.
He doesn't look like me there.
Yeah.
But that's probably it, the moustache. I saw it only on the phone screen.
Because he's got hair on the top of his head.
He's got my hairstyle and
no,
my
he hasn't.
beard
He's got
style.
far more hair than you. He's got a longer beard than you.
Yeah, I've only got to grow out my beard.
You can see, if you look from this picture where you can see from the side,
a neck beard,
there's a space underneath his ear where there's no hair, whereas your beard joins up with your hair.
That's the classic sheepdog run he's doing there, though.
He hasn't fallen over yet. There's another shot of him there, which is amusing only to us. There he is.
Monster.
Yeah, this is why we should be a YouTube channel. I could be putting these pictures up on the wall behind us now, saying, "Is that one you?" Another bikini-clad woman.
Yeah,
doesn't look anything like you.
He looks more like me than the baby from Dinosaurs.
No, he doesn't. He looks less like you than Peter Griffin does.
Oh, Peter Griffin's spitting image, but...
And Peter Griffin doesn't even have a beard.
I only saw him on a small screen. He looks less like me there, actually.
We're looking at it on a MacBook Air. This is about as small a screen as you can
like
get.
An iPhone.
There's not that much difference between my phone screen and this computer screen.
It wasn't that sized iPhone. But to be honest, I'm actually a little bit disappointed now. I've seen him, like... while I'm awake. This was like first thing in the morning. My colleague come in and said, I saw you on telly.
Why were you with your colleague first thing in the morning? Waking up together, looking at pictures of American football ball boys. What's all this? Give you
Some of us get to work at like 8 o'clock.
Sheepdog, wakey. Roll over. I've got another picture of a ball boy to show you. This one looks a bit like you. And then you made each other French toast.
I'm not eating toast because of this diet.
Well, it was just last week when you still were eating
yogurt
toast.
And fruit.
Really? You said you were having oats, so I don't approve of oats.
Yeah, that was my poor lady wife bought me a big box of really nice looking cereal, which I really enjoyed eating until I realised it doesn't fit in with the rules of the game, so she can't buy it anymore.
I discovered a new button on my car earlier. You were there when I did it.
I was there, yeah.
It's fascinating. Did you know that my car tells me how many miles it is to the nearest petrol station? Or
most cars do
effect?
that. That's not what it does at all.
It had a picture of a petrol pump and a number of miles under it. Now I know there is one like 2 miles from my house, but I assume that's now closed. It's gone 9 o'clock. So the nearest open petrol station is 55 miles away. My car
That's
tells
not quite
me.
what happens now. I find it all baffling. Like our one tells us, we can drive 100 miles with the petrol we've got. And then, I don't know, you pull over for a second, and when you got to drive off, it's suddenly saying 80. And I'm thinking, well, who drained the damn tank? And then suddenly, inexplicably, we were going like 60 miles an hour, and it would suddenly say, because I suppose the fuel efficiency's up, it would suddenly say 150 miles. So it's all bizarre and a bit pointless.
Like you, in many ways.
Yeah.
See what I did there.
Did you have a good week?
Been all right. I've been off.
Yeah.
The problem is, though, got the dreaded landlord inspection next week.
So
So
looking around this room, that's not
we're in
gonna work.
tidying. Well, I don't think they're going to inspect the garage. When was the last time your landlord inspected your garage?
Well, she needs to actually because the
But
garage
does
door's
she?
broken.
But does she?
Probably, I don't know.
They're
No,
not
really,
gonna come in the
she
garage.
doesn't.
I'm gambling on them not coming in the garden either, so I don't have to cut the grass. But you'll have noticed when you came through, I assume, that the kitchen is spotless. It's a beautiful, pristine kitchen. That you just
I'll have a
walk
look on
past.
the way out because I didn't notice. I usually hold my nose and shut my eyes.
My
when I feel
bedroom
itchy.
floor, you can see the carpet now.
There's
And
carpet in there, is there?
there is carpet in there. I thought it was just the floor was made of old clothes. But no, apparently there is a carpet under there. I found about 15 quid in coins, which I've got a big jar that is now full to the brim of coins. I'm going to take into the Tesco
Did you say
sorting machine.
landlord bribe on the?
No,
the
it says carpet money because it was money I found between the layer of clothes and the carpet. It's not as easy to get off my bed anymore because my feet sort of dangle in midair where I used to just sort of roll out and slide down the slope towards the bedroom door. I now kind of have to get my feet all the way down onto the floor, and it's all hard, and I don't like that. I might get a pile of clothes to lead to the door still.
Is your landlord inspecting my house? Because I got home and my wife had tidied up the bedroom, the bathroom. It's the holidays, isn't it? I guess you're just both off and doing stuff around the house. It's weird. I went upstairs to get changed and was like, hang on a minute, there's a walkway to my side of the bed. I don't have to just leap over the end of the bed to land on my pillow.
Yeah, the only problem is I've now got dozens of bin bags full of clothes that need to be washed, that we need to hide somewhere before the landlord comes over.
Put them in this pile in front of us.
Probably in the boot of the car is what I'm thinking. There's clothes we're going to give away.
To whom?
Well, there's a clove bank in Tesco car park.
That explains why I was asked to leave a bag of clothes at the end of our driveway this morning. I didn't even question it. It was by the door. She dragged it out to the front of the house, and I just carried it out there. And
got bags of rubbish.
They go in the bin.
Yeah, if you see my bin is overflowing and has four bags.
Did you
bags
buy a
of
bigger
rubbish
one like I
next to it.
told you to?
I don't believe that's the thing you can do.
You can, and did you also not think to try the trick I was going to suggest where you just say someone's nicked your bin and then they give you another one and then you say, oh, I found it, but then you never actually tell them that, and then you just leave the bin out in the same place every week, just slightly away from your front door.
Well, I noticed earlier, next door were giving their trailer tent a bit of a clean, so I'm thinking they might be off.
Yeah.
So their bin is going to fill up. Even it doesn't even necessarily have to stay in there. Their bins are just going to be overflowing on Monday when the landlord comes down. Their driveway is just going to be a sea of rubbish and bin bags where their cars are gone because they've gone away on holiday, and I'm just going to sling everything we need to hide. It's going on their driveway. And then we'll just bring it all back in the house again.
I think my neighbour's got a skip out front at the moment. If you want to just dump some stuff
It's
in
a
there.
long way to go. Anna suggested I drive up to the tip, but if I was the kind of man who wanted to drive to the tip, the house wouldn't be in the state it's in because I'd have driven to the tip at some point.
I don't think we've ever been to the tip here. I think my father
I've
does
taken
that.
you
I've
to
got
the
a man
tip,
that takes me
haven't
to the tip.
We've been to
Why
Peterborough.
would we go to the tip?
I feel that we've
One of
been
our
to the
many
tip
days
together.
out.
I think we've been to Peterborough tip together. I feel like we had a bag of grass or tree clippings or something. There was definitely a fat beardy guy in the car with me because I feel like we were on our way to uni and I'd cut the grass or cut a tree and we put it, this is an interesting story, and we put it in and we didn't go into the normal part of the tip. We went round to the bit where you empty the grass bags and then we went off to uni.
I really don't remember this, but then maybe that's why I don't remember the tip, because we didn't go in there.
Try and picture an area where you would empty a bag full of grass. And that first image that comes into your mind, that's the actual tip that you're remembering.
All I'm thinking of is rock clubs in the early 2000s.
Interesting. That's not what Peterborough Tip's like. But yeah, we've been to Peterborough Tip together. It's not far from Flag Fen, another place that we've been on our travels.
We've never been there.
We went into Flag
it.
Fen car park.
We
That's
sat
as good
outside
as going to Flag Fen. That's fine.
So what you're telling me is I've sat outside the tip, I've sat outside of Flag Fen.
Yeah, that's how we go on our travels together. Can't believe you've left your phone on noise, you monster.
Whose noise?
The thing is, because of the joys of Apple, that's now come through to my phone. In a minute, it'll hit my iPad, and then in about 30 seconds' time, we'll get the ding as it comes through on the MacBook.
I think people are used to it by now.
I'm not sure if I view it on here, perhaps it will stop it coming through on everything else.
You'll
now,
basically rescue us from the future.
Yeah.
What have you just done?
Viewed a text message on my phone.
And then it sped up.
Well, it's sped up. Are we now talking faster? That's interesting. The GarageBand window is changing shape and size as if at random. Has somebody remotely taken control of the MacBook?
So, do you want to check what's going on?
I'll have a listen back. That was phenomenal. It was some of the best podcasting I've ever heard. Whatever happened, that needs to happen more often.
What? Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
me.
I've done nothing this week, really, other than work.
That's why I didn't ask.
Yeah.
I know
you didn't think you were going to ask.
Mr. Boring Life.
Do you know, I've been reading The Hunger Games.
Oh, yeah?
It's a pretty good book.
Just get the audio book.
Now, I like reading it because every time she says Peter, I read it as Peter from Family Guy. And it just makes me chuckle every single time. I must have read his name about 100 times now.
And then you're only on about page 4. Because that's all she says in that bloody book.
Pretty much. No, I'm on the second book now.
Oh, you begolly.
Yeah. It's much better in book form than...
everything's better in book
form. I mean, bloody hell, it's a really good book.
Yeah.
I sat there thinking, this is putting me off writing because I know I'm not going to write this well, and that's not even the best writing there is. It's just
that's why you now need to read some trash, and then you'll be alright again. Read Divergent. It's like Hunger Games, but crap.
If I could get that kind of review, though, for one of my books, I'd be quite happy.
Well, she's made millions in a film series, and I think she's made that the whole Divergent series is being marketed on. Yeah, it's a bit like Hunger Games. It's not very good, but it's a bit like Hunger Games, and that's been enough to make that woman a millionaire. What, Divergent?
She asked for it. I didn't just.
Is she a young adult?
No,
my daughter likes Divergent.
I think she buys whatever book series is in the top sellers because a couple of Christmases ago it was 50 Shades of Grey, the series. Do you remember that? Didn't know what it was. Bought it off Amazon, delivered straight to her for Christmas, and then when it suddenly hit the big time a month later, I was like, "Oh dear,
you have to get her the new one."
I'm not even going to tell her. So I doubt she even knows that it's out. I don't think she really knew what that was. I remember her saying it was rubbish. She didn't bother reading beyond the first book.
Well, she might prefer it from Christian's point of view.
I'm hoping she was just. Well, I hope she was humouring me, but I don't know where I was going with that. I just mean I don't want to know if she read it or not. So she might have just been protected by a fragile brain.
Steve's mum, if you'd like to write into the show and let us know what you thought of 50 Shades of Grey,
they're not listening.
We'd love it if you sent us an MP3 review.
Steve's
mum's book reviews. We'd like them as an audio file. Start with 50 Shades of Grey. And that will be your audition. And if you're any good, you can come on more often.
I didn't get a response about what happened to my guinea pig, so I don't think they're listening. We did talk about it on the show, didn't we? I haven't just dreamt that we talked about it.
What are you talking about?
We talked about I had a guinea pig that I don't remember what happened to it. It just disappeared. Or could still be in the garden now, and I just don't know. But I had a guinea pig like a decade ago. I don't know what happened to it. We were talking about this somewhere on some show at some point in our lives. I can't remember.
Not to me. Must
Nobody's
be
told
on
me
one of your podcasts. It's because you probably didn't say it. You probably had a dream. I had a dream. My car tyre exploded and sort of turned into a pancake. I went outside, checked my car, no pancake. So that was how.
Put down your knife and fork.
Yeah, that was how I identified that it was a dream. Perhaps the fact that you haven't got a guinea pig and no one acknowledges it is the way you should identify that was probably a dream and you never actually spoke to anyone about it.
But I definitely had one that's just disappeared.
And but you were perhaps just thinking about it and you never actually said it to anybody.
Maybe. I'm sure I spoke about it on the show.
You're asleep now.
So what's our topic?
I don't know. It's a Stevie week.
It is, isn't it?
So what's your topic, old Stevie, and for a Stevie week?
It's I'm going with, because it's coming up to August, I'm going with birthdays and turning 30.
This is just your way to get birthday presents off listeners.
Might be.
You want 9 birthday presents to turn up. Because every listener's going to buy you 2 presents.
Sounds good to me. I'm turning 30 in 20-something days.
No one's going to believe that. If you're
25
going to
days.
tell a lie, make it a believable one. You're obviously older than I am.
21st of August. Be 30 years since I
Turned 12.
since I first met my parents.
Interesting. I still don't understand how you're only 30.
I know, it's a bit weird.
It troubles me.
I reckon once I've shifted this 5 stone I need to get rid of, I might start looking 30, which is bad, really. I should be trying to look in my 20s, but yeah, I'm turning 30 on the 21st of August, and I don't really know what to think about it. Like, tell me about being in your 30s. What's going to happen?
How would I know, you monster?
When Anna turned 30, which you'll love me mentioning, I believe she was worried about all sorts of things happening to her knees.
Yeah, she thought her knees and her elbows would sag immediately on her 30th
Did
birthday.
they? Have they gone south?
No, I've not noticed any saggy elbows.
Yeah, see, that's a load off my mind. Does she seem in any way different?
She's mad about being 30. She's not pleased with that still. She still doesn't like it being mentioned.
And what about yourself? Have you found anything in the past? What is it, 3 years, 2 years, 3 years?
I'll let you know when I get there.
Just let me know now. Any differences?
Yeah, you have to blow out more candles on your cake. That's a bit
Everyone
of a struggle.
says...
Especially because as you get older, your lung capacity decreases, but you're expected to blow out more candles. Who thought of that system? A little old lady... 97-year-old lady, she's not going to blow out 97 candles. What they should do...
They couldn't do it backwards, because then...
Of course they could. When a kid is born, they just need to take the average life expectancy from the year that kid was born and put that many candles on their cake.
And what, then they light candles once they go past that? So, a 90-year-old's lighting 25 candles.
Once you've gone past 78, or whatever it is, you don't get cake anymore. You're old. You should look after yourself. So, yeah, when you're 10, you've got... I mean, imagine as a 10-year-old having 65 candles to blow out. That would have been fantastic.
I don't know, because then once you had 5 left, you'd be thinking, "Oh God, I'm so close to the end."
Yeah, well, then you start skipping birthdays, and when you've got that one candle left, or that first year they come out just with a bland fruitcake with no candles on. There you go, old man.
You're about to die.
Yeah, no candles for you. Don't cut that cake. It'll be the last thing you ever do. And then you just put the cake in the freezer.
So nothing changes then? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Completely normal.
Nothing changes because of an arbitrary date occurring.
No, but I mean, everyone says...
The process of getting older brings changes with it.
Yeah, but I thought
you need to have a wee more often.
Oh, that's already happening. I think it might be the amount of water I'm drinking.
Tell you one thing that did seem to change almost immediately as I turned 30. I couldn't eat as much. You may have noticed, because I think the first time we went to Bodine's, I was 29. Maybe. Because we ate loads. We just ruined that place. But then the next year we went back, you continued to ruin them, and I've never finished a platter there since.
Alright, that's what you're telling me.
I can't do it anymore.
So my number one talent is about to disappear.
Yeah, I just can't, like Christmas dinner. The last few Christmas dinners, I'll maybe have a bit of a second helping, but I can't have 3 portions of Christmas dinner like I normally would, and then have cake afterwards.
How do you end up having 3 portions? Do you not just pile it all on the plate?
Yeah, and then
there's never any left.
When I've cleared my plate, I fill my plate up again.
You need a bigger plate.
You need to do Christmas properly. If it's not possible, basically everyone should have 4 or 5 platefuls, and there still be so much left over that there would have been too much to serve that initially. We have an £18 turkey. £2 or £3
cost of money or
weight.
All right, okay.
So the turkey's like this big. It's the biggest
turkey. Bigger than your laptop.
The biggest turkey you can buy, and then you have £2 or £3 of chipolatas wrapped in bacon, an oven's worth of roast potatoes. That's proper Christmas dinner.
See, part of me thinks I should really have a stab at cooking Christmas dinner one year.
It's too late now. You won't be able to enjoy it anymore.
Like going to the tip.
It's a young man's game. No, it's a young man's game. If you don't do it in your 20s, there's no point, because you'll never be able to eat it properly again.
I reckon I'll still be alright. Although this diet's ruining my belly. I ate a very small... I ate a frittata yesterday, and it filled me up. My wife made me. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, what is a frittata? Is it an omelette?
It's like a quiche without the pastry.
So it's an omelette?
Yeah, pretty much. So then, yeah, okay, if nothing's really going to change except I get older and then eventually I'll start going downhill.
You'll get bits of grey in your beard. I think I've now reached the point where I can't keep telling people, I've always had it. because I looked at myself in the mirror. We've got one of these dainty little bathroom mirrors now. Cost £1 from Tesco. And I was looking at myself in it while I was cleaning my teeth, and I thought, yeah, you know what? That's a grey beard you've got there, little fella. So that's new. That wasn't
I'm just getting
like
used
that.
to my ginger beard.
Yeah, but look at all this around here.
I like that I can basically say I'm Redbeard the pirate.
No, even on your chin, it's blonde or white.
It's white there because I got punched in the face.
Well, it's white all the way down your chin.
I've actually just been hit in the chin or something.
Well, that made your hair go white. You're using that excuse here.
It's been that way for ages.
Yeah, we all use that line, and then eventually it just sort of covers your whole face. You end up looking like George Clooney. He has a white beard, doesn't he?
I don't know.
Or am I confusing him with Santa again?
Schofield, I think you're coming.
No, he doesn't have a beard.
Does he not?
He has a beautiful tan and white hair.
He was the leather man, isn't he?
His tan and his hair contrast beautifully. Perhaps that's what I need, a tan.
Right, now I know my health's going to be alright. Anyway, my biggest questions are, what the bloody hell should I do for my birthday, and what the bloody hell should I get for my birthday?
Well, what you should do for your birthday is not have a stupid celebration, because they're stupid. You're not planning on a party, surely?
No, I don't plan that sort of thing.
If you
all my friends are at a stag do that weekend.
If you were going to have a 30th birthday party, I was going to punch you in the face. And bearing in mind you're sat to my right, it would have had to have been a left across the table. There'd have been no power to it, but you'd have deserved it, because anyone older than 12 who has a birthday party needs to have a word with themselves, because there's no reason for it.
See, my friends always go on like boozy weekends or whatever on their birthdays or invite everyone, and I always find that a little bit like 30's a bit different, but when they were doing it for like their 27th, I was thinking, why are we all congregating for your 27th birthday? It's just odd. But I haven't. No, nothing like that's happening.
Perhaps what you should do is go to an all-you-can-eat restaurant and see what you can do. You should go once the day before, and then once on your birthday, and see which day you can eat most food on.
You're probably not the person to ask about socialising on my birthday, are you? I just don't know what I'd want to do. I mean,
How dare you suggest I don't do social stuff properly?
The past 2-3 years, I think I've just sat at home. I think there's one year I waited for a man to come and fix that.
That's what I've done for my last 32 birthdays, just sat at home.
You're incredibly weird.
I'm not fond of people.
But doing something out of the ordinary.
You should go out for a meal with your family.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was a given that we'd do that.
Well, that's what you're doing for your birthday then. Anything else?
Alongside something else.
Anything else that you do is just something else that you did that just happened to be near your birthday, because it's not going to be on your birthday.
No, but like the year we went to Peppa Pig World was awesome.
We've never been to Peppa Pig World.
No, me and my family, not you.
We went. I've been to Peppa Pig World.
Last year we went to Bruges for my birthday, but we didn't actually go on my birthday.
We went to Bruges.
Me and my wife went to Bruges last year for my birthday.
Shall we go to Bruges for your birthday?
That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Should we just get on a train and go to Bruges?
I wonder if
have a
babysitter, me, you, Anna, and Claire could always Bruges it up.
Yeah, Anna's not got a passport, but we'll figure something out. There's surely...
So you're just going to be the third wheel.
Who invited your wife? Why is she coming? My question was, do you want to come to Bruges? I didn't say, do you want to bring your family to Bruges for a family weekend? No. Do you want to go and get hammered in Bruges while we have Fard in there drinking orange juice?
That'd be cool.
Drink with us.
That'd be good again.
No, we can't go anywhere with him. Have you seen pictures of him on Facebook? Mr. Muscles now.
Yeah, but that means he can protect us from the bigger boys.
He makes us look weak.
My wife did say, do I want to go to France to stock up on booze and food and just chill out in France for a day and then come back? And I thought...
Do you want to go on a really far away shopping trip as a birthday treat?
If she'd have said, do you want to do that on Saturday? I'd have been like, hell yeah. But I thought, spend my birthday like not flying, driving all that way. And plus this whole diet thing again, it's like, last time we went there, we bought so much lager and wine and cheese and stuff. There's no wonder I put on 5 stone last year, or whatever it was. So.
You could buy some bananas.
3 or 4 stone.
Some kale. Get some kale from France. Bring that back.
Yeah.
You can juice that. It's delicious.
I think that's a good idea, if you want to drive to Bruges.
Yeah, we'll go now. Now my car's been... Now I know how far away the petrol stations are. Anytime I get in my car, we can... I wonder if I can reprogram it to tell me how far away Bruges is. How far away... If I ask it to tell me where the nearest C&A is, I'm fairly confident the nearest CNA will be in Bruges. Because, in fact, that is something for you internet folk to go and find out for us. Where's the nearest CNA to Peterborough? And I think it'll be in Bruges. Yeah,
there can't be one closer unless there's one in France. I think it might be as the crow
flies. It would have to be right up in the north of France for it to be nearer than Bruges. Bruges is only an hour off the ferry, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. And then, okay, so the more important question out of all of them, what shall I get for my birthday? I don't mean one big present, although if you have a suggestion, that'd be great. I mean, what do I ask my wife for? What do I ask my in-laws for? What do I ask my mum for? What do I ask my sister for?
Ask them all to club together and get you a car.
So I think my dad's giving me a car.
Oh, then just get everyone else to put their name on it.
No, because the car's not a present, Kev. The car's just a thing that they're getting rid of, and he said I could have.
Can I have it?
It's only an L4 Focus. It's like 1999 one.
I'll have it.
You can't say the year it was made.
I'll swap it for mine.
A wire edge, I think.
Interesting. Has it got what sort of radio has it got? It's the important thing.
I don't think it's a digital radio. But it's West Ham colour as well.
Plug your phone into it and get the music that way.
Probably not. But, it'll be just my banger that I drive around in, and 1.8. So
can we go banger racing?
I need to find out how much they're attached to it and whether I can just drive it around smashing into things for a laugh.
Can we paint it?
Don't know.
That would be a fantastic way to spend your birthday. Get a few cans of spray paint and we'll paint your car and then go banger racing. We're doing that. There you go. So the present you want, in addition to the car that your dad's giving you...
It's not a birthday present, though. He's just giving me that because they were...
Your wife needs to get you loads of cans of spray paint. Your in-laws need to get you a racing harness, a helmet, fireproof suit, that kind of thing. And I'll give you a day of my time, and we'll paint your car, and then take it up to Great Yarmouth and do banger racing. When you go to Great Yarmouth, you can do it on the beach.
Nice.
Banger racing on the beach in your newly painted penis car. We're on it. That's your birthday sorted.
I'm a little bit disappointed that I haven't got a legitimate answer from you here because I really can't think of anything.
What was wrong with that? That was a perfect way to spend a weekend. And then when we're done racing the banger,
maybe a YouTube episode that we can do once I've got another car in place and this isn't the car I plan to go to and from work in.
What's wrong with it? I reckon I could paint you a respectable looking vehicle.
Yeah. But
can that be my birthday present? Next year,
your car and paint it.
No, you let me paint your car. That would be that'd be the best gift anyone's ever given me. Me being given free rein to paint your car.
I'll get it valued when I don't need it anymore, and if it's not very valuable, which it probably won't be,
then I can paint it.
Then we'll both paint it, and we'll enter it into a duo banger racing where I drive and you direct.
We could do the Paris Dakar rally in it.
Is that where you just
drive from Paris to Dakar?
Oh, right. I didn't know Dakar was a place. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll just enter loads of racing tournaments with our 1.8 Ford Focus.
We could do the Tour de France in it.
We'll just mow them all down.
If we go 3 days before, A, we'll win, and B, the roads won't be closed then, so we can just check. We can just say we're checking the course for them. If we paint bikes on the side and a body riding a bike on the side, so when we're sat there from the side on, when people glance over just to have a quick look, oh, he's cycling really fast.
So we paint it green to fit in with the grass behind us on the road.
Yeah, and it just looks like we're cycling really fast then. Whilst I drink a beer from the passenger seat. He's riding his bike at that speed, drinking a beer.
Should we drive to Russia? Once I pass my test. Actually, you can't drive in Europe for 3 years, can you?
Says who?
I thought the law was that.
What law?
The law.
I'm not aware of any of this. Why not? Europeans are nutcase drivers.
Maybe I'm wrong.
They shouldn't be allowed to drive here.
Hopefully that law doesn't exist, and then we'll just drive to Russia.
I think you've made up that law.
Hope I have.
You're not allowed to tow a caravan, I don't think, for a certain amount of time, or until you've done an extra test or something. That's a law, isn't it? Is that a thing?
No idea.
You're not allowed to drive a lorry.
Not allowed to teach other people how to drive.
Ever. Because you were really bad at it.
Not a driving instructor.
Yeah. I could teach you to drive. That would be another good present that you can give me, by the way, me being able to teach you to drive. Or teach you any skill.
I could give you that present.
Yeah, especially if it's a skill that you're not really sure how it's done properly. I'd love to teach it to you.
I know how to drive. I drove home on Monday.
I'll teach you wok cooking.
I know how to cook with a wok. That's the only type of cooking I do.
What, with a proper flame on it?
Yeah.
Where it goes.
Where do you think I invented the sausage curry? In a wok.
Okay, my mistake. What? And there was flame. Bit of brandy in there.
There's no brandy in there. I'm not a brandy drinker.
Yeah, but you're a brandy flamer.
No.
I thought that was your stage name. Ladies and gentlemen, Brandy Flamer! No?
No. So you're saying I should go to Bruges for my birthday. I should
Right, here's the present you should
paint a
ask
car and bang race it.
No, this is what you need to ask for. If you're from a family and a background where birthdays are considered a big thing, and people are expecting you to want something and do something and make a big deal out of the fact that you're finally going to be closing in on being as old as you look, then what you should ask for is as much cash as they can fit in a suitcase and a day. And just, that's what you want. You want a suitcase of cash, as much as they can give you, and a day, and they're just going to kick you out of the house at 1 minute past midnight, not let you back in again until 23:59, and they'll also check that the suitcase is empty before they let you back in the house. And they just say, right, there you go, there's some money, there's a day, you're not coming back till the money's spent, enjoy yourself.
That'd be quite interesting, although I don't know really that there'd be more than 150 quid in there. Or 200 quid.
Think of what you could do with 200 quid.
Right,
Okay, yeah, it's 1 minute past midnight on a Tuesday.
I'd probably check into a hotel.
Yeah, where's your 200 quid going?
Hotel for the night?
Are you getting breakfast with that?
Probably, so that's going to be like 80 quid gone.
Only if you're in a nasty hotel as well.
Yeah, exactly. A nasty. Actually, I could just go home because I'll be locked out of my parents' house, presumably.
No, you're going to be locked out of anywhere where you have a bed. So even if you do book a hotel, you'll then be locked out of it.
Okay.
Anywhere where you're allowed to sleep, you're locked out of.
I'll probably get a night train to somewhere then and sleep on the train.
No, they'll keep. If you fall asleep, they'll throw you off the train and you'll be stranded in the middle of.
Surely I'm allowed to sleep on my way somewhere. That's
No,
different.
No sleeping allowed. You've just got to spend the money.
I'd probably go on Amazon then and just buy something off from. I don't even know what. I'm stuck. That's the problem. If I knew what I'd do with the money, then I'd have a choice.
Well, that was my mind game.
I know.
I was trying to work out
I know
what
you were. I figured it out. But I honestly don't know what I'd do with it.
Perhaps you could go down to London and get a really extravagant hairstyle.
That's the thing that's worrying me about sorting this long hair out, is that they'll give me some ridiculous, stupid... Yeah.
That's because all hair is ridiculous and stupid. The only option is short hair or stupid hair. They're the two options people have. Have you ever seen anyone who doesn't have short hair and also doesn't have stupid hair? They don't exist.
Everyone in the world just has a hairstyle that suits them except me, but I think that's probably how everyone like me thinks.
I don't think there are many people like you.
I have awful hair. I was looking at the MGPX Live and it just looked ridiculous. That'd be an option. Flaming hairstyle that bloody worked. That didn't have all these weird...
Well, that's what you want for your birthday, a hairstyle that works.
Some sort of brain cleanse. Weird.
Imagine if your kid wrote their Christmas list and that was on there. A hairstyle that works. You'd be devastated for them for being... they're such a sad little child. They just want a hairstyle that works.
That'll be my son's future, I think. He's got my hair.
Well, get it back off him, then you don't need to worry anymore. What you could do is have a wig made from his hair. How much? I reckon for 200 quid and a bag of hair, you could have a perfectly serviceable wig fashioned.
I don't need a wig. I've got loads of hair.
Yeah, but it's all round the side and the back and on your shoulders. There's no hair on the top of your head where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Your teeth are hairier than your scalp.
There is nothing. It's so annoying. Like, I made a list of stuff I wanted at Christmas, and my damn family bought it all. The swines. And I thought that list was going to do me for ages.
Well, if you're really struggling, I always have a fairly substantial Amazon wish list on the go, so you can just tell them to get me some presents. And I'll only use them in your presents.
There's a Wii U on there, and I think I don't really want a Wii U anymore.
Well, don't get that then.
Because it just reminds me of the time I was...
Get a bicycle.
Nah.
Then you can come cycling with me.
Yeah, that'll never happen now.
Why?
Because it just won't. I'm not that kind of person.
Well, you're not the kind of person who can ride a bike.
I can ride a bike.
Can you not ride a bike?
I can ride a bike. The last time I rode a bike, though, my father-in-law gave me a bike that he'd fixed together, and I reached the end of the road up there that I can't remember the name of. and it fell apart.
If you were to get a bike, we could then get a load of cans of spray paint and paint it whatever colours we wanted, and then go and enter it into bike races.
We could go into the Grand Prix with it, or that Paris-Dakar one.
Yeah, we could do the Tour de France 2 days
No,
before
we won't
the
do
main
the Tour
race.
de France. I was trying to avoid that and pretend I didn't think of it. But yeah, we can. Yeah, we could do that a couple of days early.
Get a bike. Why won't you get a bike?
Because I just won't ever use it. I had a bike a number of years ago.
I'd race you places.
No, we really wouldn't use it. It's one of those things. I mean, I almost thought about getting a Fitbit, but I thought I just won't use it. I won't care about it. And you're not even wearing yours at the moment.
That's because I have it tracked on my phone now. Now I've got a more grown-up phone. I don't need to wear the Fitbit anymore. It all tracks on here.
Exactly. So they're all out of fashion now.
Exactly. What about an Apple Watch?
A, they're like 500 quid, aren't they?
Nah, you can get one for 300, I think.
And B, what's the point?
Or if you don't like it, I'll have it.
What's the point of it?
Why wouldn't you want it?
What's the point of it?
It does your steps. It does your heartbeat monitoring stuff. You can answer your phone and talk into it like you're holding your wrist to your ear. I reckon you could probably, if you angled the watch so that it was facing in towards you on your wrist rather than facing out to the world, you could probably put your fingers to your face Inspector Gadget style, and you'd just about be able to hear, and it would just about pick up what you were saying. You could actually do the phone symbol with your hands while you're on the phone, and it would probably work if you were wearing an Apple Watch on that hand.
If they made the screen wider, so it covered my forearm.
You want a Pit Boy? Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much. And if it could tell me, if it could basically do an entire blood work reading and read all.
But that would be the Apple Watch 4.
Yeah, once it can do that, then I'm on board fully, because I think that'd be amazing to be able to just look at my arm and see that I've got low iron or vitamin D deficiency, or my thyroid isn't quite right, that sort of thing. Then I feel like the universe is just amazing, and that's really worthwhile. But being able to see the time and not have to get my phone out of my pocket to do texts and stuff just seems pointless.
How dare you? I might get one because then it's another thing to vibrate during the show when I get a text message. Because I think 3 things alerting me to text just isn't enough.
Yeah, I can see how you've reached that conclusion.
What about just get a jeweller to make you a crown? If you really can't think of anything, just get a crown made. Perfectly fitted. Yeah, just get a crown. And then just whenever you're feeling gloomy, just put your crown on and say, look, I'm the king. Who cares? I'm the king. I'd do that.
Did I tell you, when I passed my driving test, my daughter's given me a medal. She's making me a medal that she's told me she's presenting.
That's because she knows by then she'll have been able to do an apprenticeship as a blacksmith, and she'll be able to forge it for you. It'll be fine.
Much. But I was well touched by that. I was just like, that's really sweet. She just said to you, when you pass, I'm giving you a medal.
There you go. She'd be on board with the idea. I bet if you said to her, look, I can't think of what I want for my birthday, shall I get a crown? She'd be well on board with that. Or, in the spirit of preparing you for the zombie apocalypse, why not just get a sword or something? Or a big old
I'm
gun?
not one of those people that goes to conventions and buys swords and guns and stuff.
Well, get a crown then.
That's going to be useless when the apocalypse happens.
I know. What? Get one of those Ghostbusters backpacks.
I had one of them when I was a kid.
Yeah. Don't you wish you still had it?
No, not really.
They're worth a fortune now. They're worth like 800 quid.
See, I'm stuck. So you're telling me, anyway, back to what you were saying earlier, you've never had a birthday party?
Not since I was a kid. I was traumatised by birthday parties when I was a kid. Because 2 years in a row I had to kiss Mr. Wimpy on the nose.
So you've not had a birthday party since you were a kid?
Not really. There was a few sleepovers. We occasionally went to Pizza Hut. Or
what's the most eventful
bowling
birthday you've had since the age of 25?
Don't know. I don't really do stuff on my birthday.
So when we went to play poker, was that about the maximum?
Oh yeah, that was probably the most extravagant I've ever got, and that wasn't on my birthday itself. That was us both getting each other a birthday. That was basically us copping out of having to buy each other birthday presents by just saying, "Look, shall we go and play poker?" and call it us buying each other a birthday present.
Yeah, that was a very sentimental exchange of.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, but that only solves getting something from you and.
Well, hold on. Your friends, your family could pay for the 2 of us to go and play poker. Problem solved. Kev's in the clear.
My mum said, "Did I want to go for an experience day?" And I was like, "Well, what do I want to experience? I can't think of anything."
Being thin and hairy. Can I do that?
There's nothing that I particularly, because I can drive now. I'm doing a driving experience every bloody time I get on driving lesson.
I'll go up in a hot air balloon. Oh, I'll tell you where we should go. Because I'm coming with you. I've decided. I want to go and explore the nuclear bunker down south somewhere that I've been reading about this week. Are you aware of this?
Yeah, there's a big sign. It's near Brentwood.
It's a secret nuclear bunker. Have you ever been down it?
No.
Why not?
I grew up near it.
That doesn't mean you shouldn't have been down it.
Why haven't you been at Flag Fen?
Because I know what's there. It's just old pieces of dirt with stuff.
Well, the secret nuclear bunker is just going to be a big empty underground warehouse.
Yeah, can we go there?
Not for my birthday.
Why?
But if you're a good boy, I'll take you there over the end of
Can
summer.
we go for my birthday? That'd be my birthday present.
Well, I'm surprised I don't rent that out for a zombie apocalypse.
They do!
Do they?
They do all sorts of stuff like that. It was on their website. They do apocalypse experience days and all sorts.
See, I don't necessarily want it to be a zombie one, but an apocalypse experience day would be great.
Yeah.
Fallout event would be good.
I imagine there'll be dozens of them happening shortly.
But even then, I just don't...
Just misery.
I'm not miserable at all, though. I'm very happy.
Why don't you get a new
I
pair of
can't be
spectacles?
miserable. These tablets don't allow it.
Get a new pair of spectacles.
No, because I'm going to get them anyway.
Well, call it a present and then
Nah,
quit your window.
I don't like doing stuff like that.
Why don't you have some professional photographs of yourself taken and then just hand them out to people? Headshots. Have a set of headshots
I've
done.
got a camera, though. I could do that myself.
Yeah, but you wouldn't do it.
I don't need headshots when I've got the picture of me wearing the cowboy hat pointing.
Why don't you just invest it or buy a Bitcoin and then in 10 years
plummet?
Well, just buy one and see what happens. They're about 200 quid at the moment, 250 quid.
Really? They were 400.
They were £1,000 2 years ago. And
wow.
3 years before that, they were 20p. Buy Bitcoin, see what happens. Get on the Bitcoin roller coaster. Yeah, but they might go back up.
Yeah, but they might just dwindle away.
Yeah, they might go. They might hit £1,000 a coin again, and then you'd have £1,000 in 24 hours to play with.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to do with that.
Yeah, you would. You'd go to Bruges. You'd buy an old car. You'd paint it up. You'd enter the Tour de France. It would be a fantastic 24 hours.
I hope the listeners have some better suggestions. Because I need them to
what they should do with them is tweet them at Kev and Steve, because I want to see them as well. Or they can put them on our Facebook group at facebook.com/KevinSteve. Or just stick them in the comments to this episode at weirdfromtheinternet.com, the website that is now working again, boys and girls. Because I'm sure you were all devastated when it wasn't working for a whole week.
few messages saying this
They're all from the same
Stop
fella.
tweeting these links that don't work.
Most of them were from you.
Yeah.
Right, we've got a question. This is an important listener question.
Go on, and I'm listening.
And talking of important listener questions, make sure you keep these coming in to weirdfromtheinternet.com/question, because we need them, especially the voicemail ones, not just for this bit at the end of this show, but for our 2 exclusive extra episodes that we do as well. We kind of need some questions for them, so keep them coming in. That would be grand. But this one is from Colin McDonald. No, that's a picture.
That's a picture of a ball boy.
Yeah, that's the picture of Sheepdog the ball boy again. The question is, for someone who can't grow a beard, what can I do to make myself more of a man?
Ooh, good question.
He could tattoo a beard on. We suggested that to someone we went to uni with.
Yeah, you could...
Do you reckon anyone's ever had that done?
Probably. You could mess your hair up, like never brush your hair, never style your hair, let it grow out.
Are you confusing man with homeless man?
No, you could...
Should he get dreadlocks?
That would be good. Work out, get some muscles.
Yeah.
Stop drinking lager, start drinking ale. That'd probably make a beard appear on your face.
Start drinking whiskey.
No, he has to go to ale first. He has to go ale, whiskey, gin.
Start smoking cigars and then move on to a pipe eventually.
Yeah, but the ale is specifically important because you'll suddenly find you've got a hairy chest and a beard.
And hairy shoulders like you.
I haven't got particularly hairy shoulders.
Well, I keep hearing people talk about your hairy shoulders on the internet. So I can only assume you have got hairy shoulders. I've never seen evidence that they're not hairy.
You get one shoulder slip at the Academy Awards and that's all you ever hear about.
Exactly. He could wrestle a bear.
Yeah.
We've fought a bear.
We have.
And
that was probably one of the most manly. That picture, I look at that and I just think we are heroes. We tackled that damn bear. He was roaming around Eurogamer biting people and we beat the crap out of him.
Exactly. What else could you do? You could just start being a bully. Being a bully will make you more of a man.
Call everyone sport.
Just go into...
I'll come out with a nickname of your own, but just give everyone a nickname.
Just walk into a random bar, a bar you've never been into before, and just say, "Drinks are on me."
Yeah.
Buy everyone a drink. You'd be a proper man if you did that.
I had a mate who used to do that when we first met him, and now
he did it once and then he ran out of money.
He's done it quite
That's
a few
what you
times.
could do with your birthday present. You could say, "Look, I want enough money to be able to walk into a pub that I've never been in before. Just say the drinks are on me. Spend an hour in there as a legend, and then just leave and never go back." Knowing that in that one pub for that 1 hour of your life, you were everybody's hero.
I'm usually everyone's hero when I walk into a pub.
You're the landlord's hero, because are you buying this pub I told you about earlier in the week, by the way?
Oh, it was so tempting, that was.
40 grand for a pub with a caravan site next to it.
Do you own a caravan site?
Yeah, the caravan site comes with it, so for 40 grand you get a pub that has a 3-bedroom flat above it and a caravan site. It's right next to a railway line, so you get that constant helpful white noise so you can get to sleep. There's a petrol station across the road, so you'll never run low of cigarettes and crisps and whatever else. Petrol, probably, if you ever get that car for us to paint. There's a caravan. You could live in a caravan and rent the flat out to someone else. If you didn't want to live in the flat above the pub, you could live in a caravan in the caravan park.
So that's a prime example of a place that just needs a damn cinema next to it, and then it'd be booming.
Well, you think that's all they need to get people to come on holiday to the pub car park next to the train line and the petrol station? All that's missing is the cinema.
Yeah, cinema, some sort of museum, maybe.
Perhaps get rid of the railway line, the petrol station.
Nah, that place.
That would make you more of a man, Colin. If you bought that pub and made a success of it, that would make... And obviously let us drink there for free, because it's only 2 miles up the road from us. That would make you more of a man.
He could. I mean, part of being more of a man as well is just, fake it till you make it. Just assume you are. That's what you should do.
Have you been reading self-help books again?
No, I heard someone say that phrase once about a year ago, and I just thought, fake it till I make it. And it's just...
Obviously, it doesn't apply to people like me who've already made it. Or am I faking it at the moment?
Some good faking there. But, just walk around going, right, geese. Or if anyone looks at you, this is another thing that...
What if he's from the north, though? That passes if he's from the south. But you can't. If he's from Burnley, you can't call people geese.
But he can do one thing that still unsettles me. I can't handle it when people do this. You're walking along, you don't even look at somebody. You're aware they're there, and suddenly they go, "What are you looking at?" And I instantly know that they're violent and just leave. So people will think you're extra manly if you just ask everyone what they're looking at, or if they're talking to you. That's another thing. When you ask someone a question, they go, "You talking to me?" And you think, "I'm looking at you. I've addressed you. You're the only person here." Just start being a bit more aggressive in the way you talk.
And then there'll be a spot in EastEnders for you, I imagine. Yeah. We're going to do this weigh-in. I'm intrigued. I've got last week's weights. Hold on, because I can't quite... Do you remember what yours was? So you said it's not that hard to remember.
No, like
Rewind the tape, referee. He said it was easy to remember.
9'5", I think.
9'5". You think you were 9 stone 5?
19'5", I meant. Sorry.
Right, let's have a look. This time last week, right, we took £4 off, didn't we, for clothing allowance? So you actually came in at 19 stone 7 pounds. So you took yourself down to 19.3. I imagine. Enough. I was 20 stone 6 pounds, so took myself down to 20 stone and 2 pounds, according to the £4 refit rule. Sheepdog is now taking off all but his denim shorts. That was the sound of everything he owns hitting the table. So the scales are there. Are you going first again?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Right. So the scale. So this time last week, Sheepdog was 19 stone and 3 pounds. He's now clambering behind me, kicking the table. I bet that sounded lovely.
I'm too fat. I've got a cramp.
And you can hear the beer clattering as he walks into the bottles of beer on the floor behind us. Because, we are We are real signs of physical fitness. I'm going to move the microphone a little bit nearer to where this is all going on so you can hear his reaction as he cries. The scales are sensing. It'd be good if they said that out loud. Do you reckon they could get scales that... Do you get scales that speak to people? You'd think when you get scales that cost £100 like
So
these.
we step off.
Step off, think thin. It's trying to work out. 19 stone. £1. So what's that? Take off your 4. That puts you down to 18 stone 11. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 18 stone 11. So what's that?
Woo-hoo!
How many pounds is that? I need to know what I'm up against. So you were... Oh my God. Can you just not kick everything as you walk past?
Let's say £6 because I was 19.7 before I took the 4 off, and now I'm 19.1 before I took the 4 off. So
that's £8, isn't it? Or no?
So 7 down to 1.
Yeah, okay. So £6. Okay.
£6 in a week, though. I'm quite chuffed with that.
So I was 20 stone, £6
Jeez,
before I took off the 4. So I need that to say 1912 to equal you.
You already know what this is going to be.
I don't. I haven't weighed myself. See, oh my God, tidy this room.
So where did all this £11 thing come from?
No, I haven't weighed myself since Saturday.
I thought you cheating me.
I weighed myself on Saturday, and on Saturday I'd lost £11. So
that is impressive. You have been on this. It just makes me wonder what I'd be on if I hadn't had the booze this weekend.
However, I allow myself 3 cheat meals a week, and I've had 3 cheat meals since I last weighed myself. So I had a full cooked breakfast, fried bread, the works. I had a full roast dinner at my dad's house with cake for afters, and then I had fish and chips on Monday. So I've been on it again for the last couple of days, but it might be closer than you think. Who knows? Let's get this stuff out of the way.
On now.
I've left my flip-flops on. It won't do my body fat percentage.
Oh.
See, that's much more than it has been.
That's quite... Why did it come up so quick for you?
I don't know. See, that's saying 20 stone £1. Which
what were you before?
20 stone 6.
So
That's
lost
5. Where? See, I need to compare this on my phone. Oh, it's put me in his ear. Hold on.
What? Don't let it do that.
I'll fix that on my phone in a minute. So that means you've won this week, little fella.
I didn't expect that. I'm well chuffed.
I think I should have emptied my pockets. I went on.
You've worn underwear.
I went on there with full pockets, full of too much confidence. So that's me. So if I take off my 4, that's 1911 that I go into next week. And what are you now? 1811.
I really can't believe that. I'm well pleased. My wife said to me, imagine when you weigh yourself and you're back under 19 again. I was like, yeah,
I'm
why
going
not
to destroy you next week. Over the course of the next week, I'm going to lose 1 more pound than you do, and then how will you feel?
Wonderful.
Destroy you. We're wasting away. What's that between us? A podcast total loss of £11.
That's pretty good in a week.
Exactly.
I know it's probably a lot of it's water, but I don't know. I ate like a rabbit this week. A rabbit that eats tuna and chicken breast. And
yeah, you keep sending me pictures of stuff that you've eaten. And I don't think rabbits eat all the chicken that you keep sending me photographs of.
I've eaten a lot of chickens. My God, I reckon.
Are you bored of chicken yet?
No, I'm starting to realise it actually tastes of something. But I reckon one day the chicken species will look back on this week and think that was when the massacre began.
I'm eating a lot of mackerel. That's my lunch at the moment.
Holy mackerel?
A tin of mackerel.
Has it been blessed?
No, it's just normal mackerel.
That's probably where you're going wrong. If
Look,
you
when you eat a can a day, you just get the cheapest mackerel. You're not going to get holy mackerel. That obviously costs more.
But just find a vicar to bless it.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, and then it's calorie free.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I shall look into that. Did you know? If you want to find out more about the show, you can do that by going to weirfromtheinternet.com or looking us up in all of the wonderful social media places, such as at Kevin Steve on Twitter, or you can follow me on Twitter at Lelujo.
And I'm at RB6K.
Or on Facebook at facebook.com/KevinSteve. Or you can email the show, kevinsteve@gmail.com. We would love suggestions for future topics. We would love suggestions for segments for the end of the show. And also questions and whatnot as well. So just get in touch. Have an natter.
Tell me what I should get for my birthday.
I still think...
Or what I should do.
I still think just £200 in 24 hours is the way forward.
Yeah, but if I had an answer for that, I would do it now. So
Yeah,
you
but
should just imagine
if
that.
it was 24 hours and you were told it just had to be gone at the end of it, add another stipulation: the money has to be gone, and you're not allowed to have anything to show for it at the end of the day. You just have to have £200 worth of fun.
I wouldn't know where to go.
The pub and buy everyone around.
I'd rather just spend it all on myself in the pub and maybe invite you along.
You're a monster. See you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.